This is the best chicken pie recipe you'll come across. It's baked to perfection. It's got the perfect crust, perfect kind of filling. This recipe is one that's so easy to make that almost anyone can make this. Look how flaky this is. Let's get started. To your bowl, add some flour. This is 375 grams of flour, 3 cups of flour. Then add your salt. This is just about half a teaspoon of salt, and go ahead and mix this properly till everything is very well mixed and well combined. And add your butter. This is very cold butter. This is just 200 grams of very cold butter. Make sure that when you're making your pies, you always use cold butter, and go in with your hands and mix this properly. Make sure to mix this till there's no large chunks of butter in the flour. By the time you're done mixing, you should have something that looks like this, just like breadcrumbs like this. Okay, so at this point we're done mixing everything, and the next thing you need is some water. For this recipe, you're going to need just half cup of water, and your water should be very cold. Very cold water. So cold butter and cold water for super flaky pies. Then you're going to mix this gently and carefully. Please don't over mix it. Just mix it all together, and as soon as it all comes together, you stop mixing this dough. If you mix it too much, your dough is going to end up really chewy when you're done baking rather than flaky and yummy. So if you want super flaky dough, please just mix it exactly as I did. Do not over mix it. Don't knead this dough. As soon as it comes together, as soon as a dough is formed just like this, please stop mixing. This is what your dough should look like when you're done. Your dough shouldn't be stretchy. It should look like this, almost like a cookie dough. Then you can cover your dough and place it in the fridge to refrigerate for about 30 minutes. I'm using a cling film to cover mine, so make sure you cover it properly and make sure that your dough has no contact with water. So wrap it up and place it in the fridge for about 30 minutes or more. While the dough is in the fridge, let's make the chicken pie filling. So I'm going to be using some chicken breast. This is well washed and cleaned. It's 350 grams of chicken breast. So I'll go ahead and season this. I added some salt, some curry powder, I added some ginger powder, garlic powder, some chili pepper, some black pepper, and seasoning cube. And I went ahead to use my hands to mix this properly. Go ahead and mix this properly till everything is well combined, till the spices, everything is very well mixed. You can decide to grill it or cook it, but I'm going to use a pan to fry mine. I find that it's better this way. So I added some vegetable oil to my pan, and then I'll add chicken breast and just fry this for a few minutes till it's well cooked. And I'm going to be turning it within intervals to make sure that everything is properly cooked. It's all ready. I'll carefully take it all out of the pan. So after taking it all out, I'm going to go ahead and use fork to shred the chicken. If you like, you can use a blender and just use the pulse function and pulse it. That way it's shredded faster. But I noticed that if I use blender, the chicken tends to melt, and I prefer to be chewing bits of chicken in my pie. So I'm going to just use a fork and shred it like this. So at this point, I'm done shredding, and this is what it looks like. So into the same pan, I'm going to add some onion. I'll go ahead and stir this, saute this for a bit. I'll add some chopped garlic, some chopped Scotch bonnet pepper, ginger powder, and I'll go ahead and stir this properly and just fry it for about a minute or two. Then I'll go in with the shredded chicken. Remember, our chicken is already seasoned, so even if you want to add any more seasoning, make sure to taste it first so it doesn't end up salty. I noticed it needed a bit of salt, so I added just a bit of salt, and that's all I'm adding. I'm not adding any more seasoning to this because it's going to end up salty. You can add whatever veggies you want to, but I'm going to be using just carrots. If you want to add potatoes to this, make sure the potato is already pre-cooked. Don't add raw potatoes potatoes at this point, because the chicken is going to end up overcooked and maybe the potato might not be properly cooked. So if you want to add potato at this point, make sure that you're adding already cooked potatoes. Go ahead and stir this properly till very well combined. I'll add a bit of water and I'll just let it cook for a few minutes. We don't want our filling to be too dry, that's why I added a bit of water to make it a bit juicy. Then I'll add just about a tablespoon of flour to thicken up the filling, to make it all come together. So I'll go ahead and mix this, stir this properly till very well combined. And after about a minute, you can go ahead and take it off heat. Look how beautiful our filling looks. I'll transfer everything to a wide plate and I'm going to let it cool down completely before using. So go ahead and transfer everything to a plate, spread it all out to let it cool down. Our dough is out of the fridge now. It's firmer, so in case you bring your dough out and it's a bit too firm, just let it sit for a few minutes till it gets softer before working with it. So I flour up my work surface, added a bit of flour to the dough so it gets easier to roll, and I'm going to roll this really flat. Flip on the other side and I'm going to roll it really flat and wide, just like this. And I'll use my cutter. This is the cutter I'm using, and I'll go ahead and cut. You can use whatever size you want, but this is the size I want. I don't want it large or small. I just want medium-sized chicken pies. So here is the excess dough, which I'm going to re-roll again. I'll just bring it all together to form this round shape, and then I'll re-roll this. Flatten it up just like this, roll it really flat just as I did the first one, and use the cutter to cut them just like this. So we're done cutting and this is what we have. This is everything. So here I'll just take one of the cut dough, place it down, use my brush. This is brush with some water. I'll use it to brush all the sides. Then I'll take my filling. It's completely cooled now, and I'll just add it to the middle. Make sure to leave a bit of space at the side so it doesn't spill out. Then take another dough and place it all over it like this. Make sure it's well leveled. Then use your hands to press down to seal it off. Here is my fork. I added some flour to it so it gets easier to use. I'm going to use it to form this pattern just like this. Then I'll poke the top also to leave room for it to breathe in the oven. And this is what it looks like on the other side. Okay, so let's do it one more time. You take one dough, you brush with some water. You can use flour and water paste, but I'm just using only water. Then add the filling all at the middle. Don't overfill it. Then take another one and just level it properly and press down using your fingers to seal it off completely. And then you can use your fork with some flour so it gets easier to form this pattern so it doesn't stick, and then poke the top just like this. And that's it. That's basically how you're going to keep on repeating the process till you exhaust everything. So at this point we're done. This is what it's looking like, and this is the other tray. We got about 11 pieces. Mostly this recipe gives me 12 pieces, so you can get 12 pieces of medium-sized chicken pies with this recipe. I'm using a brush to egg wash this. I'll just egg wash it to give it that shine. At this point, make sure that your oven is already on. Preheat your oven so everything will bake evenly. And I'm going to transfer this to my oven and bake at 180 degrees for 40 minutes till golden brown and beautiful, just like this. Guys, trust me when I say that this smelled so good. It was so flaky on the outside, so yummy on the inside, and my best part of this pie was the crust. It was so yummy. So thank you all so much for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye.